Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to part 3 of my series on how to create your own Discord bot. Today we're looking at 3 new commands: a server info command, a member count command, as well as a case command. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in there. So we're going to start off right where we left off, right after the help command, and we're going to just go ahead and create our new server info command. So we're going to start off by saying, as we did before, client.on, and then message, and then we're just going to say message, same as before, and then we're just going to take all of this that we created here and just copy it down here. Some of this we don't actually use, but it's best to just copy it for all of it, as we do use most of this. And I'm just going to go ahead and create an if statement and say if the command is equal to server info, then we can go ahead and delete that message, and then we can say let args equal message.content.substring, and then we can say prefix.length, and then .split and space there, and then end that right there. And then we can go ahead and create another embed. Again, you can do this however you want. I prefer embed version, and I'm just going to say message embed, and we're going to set the title to server info. This is a pretty simple command, and it does not have that much information in it, but it will help you out. And we're going to go ahead and try to ping the owner, so we're just going to say $, and then have message.guild.owner ID, and then we can go ahead and have that so it'll ping them, and then we can say add field and then member count. Make sure to put the comma so that it separates from the top to the bottom, and we're going to say $, and then we're going to have message.guild.member count. And then we're going to create another field and say, call this one roles count, and we're going to say message.guild.roles.cache, and then .size. This will get the exact amount of roles in the server as a number. And then we can add another field, and we can call this channel count. And then we can go ahead and put a comma and $, and we can go ahead and say that this will be message.guild.channels.cache.size. Again, this will give a number of channels for the server. And then we could say when the server was created, so we can have another field and call it creation date. And then we can go ahead and have another $, and say message.guild created at, and then we can have a comma and say message.guild.created timestamp, and then we can go ahead and set the color to 0x. As you saw from last video, you need to have 0x and then place your hex code right after that, otherwise it will not show up with any color and you will get an error. And then we will set the footer as requested by, and then we will just say who sent the message, so message.author.tag, and then we can go ahead and just send the message to the channel. Save and Control-C and no dot, and we can go ahead and go to the server, and we can say server info. And as you can see, it deleted the command. It says the member count. There are 2 members in the server. There are 2 roles in the server, which are everyone and at here. And then there are 4 channels, which they count categories apparently, and also creation date. And as you can see, this is when I created this server. So once we finish that, we can now move on to another command. This will actually be our member count command. If you do not want to use the server info, you can just use members. So I'm going to say that this is just members command, And we're going to do the exact same thing as up here. You can go ahead and just copy this whenever we use this, because this is the beginning of most of the commands that we use. So we can just go ahead and copy all of that. And then we can go ahead and say if command is equal to members, then let args equal message.content.substring, and then prefix.length yet again. And then we can just have a space in there. And then we can create another embed for this. Again, you do not need an embed. You can just say message.channel.send and then have whatever message you want to send. So I'm just going to create an embed here. And we're going to say, and we're going to set the title to member count. And then we're going to add another field and say that this is going to be how many members it has. So we're just going to say message.guild.memberCount. And then we're going to put a comma right after this and say what the server is. So Cypress. And then I'm going to set the color to 0x as before, and we're going to copy the hex code. So we will continue using this color. And then I'm going to go ahead and set the footer to bot created by Cypress. And then we're going to send that message to the channel. Save. And as you can see, once we update the bot, it is now ready. And we're going to head back into our server and we're going to try out this command. So we're just going to say member count, or we're going to say members. And as you can see, it shows up with the amount of members. We can also go ahead and delete this message. So we're just going to say message.delete and save, and then we can update the bot. And again, if you do not want this right here, you can just delete this part of the code right there. If you delete that, then that will disappear. I personally do like having the server name right there, but you do not have to have that. And if we go ahead and use the command again, it should delete the message that I send. And there you go, deletes the message. So from here, we can start doing our fun commands, and we will start off with the kiss command. So when you do $kiss and ping somebody, it will kiss them with the bot, and we can go ahead and start this off with function do kiss action, and then we can say var rand is equal to, and then we can just, this is where you're going to want to put all of the links to your images. So I already have a lot of images, so I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward from here. So once you add all of the image links, make sure it's the image address. You're going to want to say return and then rand, which we defined up there. And we can go ahead and just say math.floor, and then we can say math.random. This is how you're going to send a random one of all of these. So we're going to say math.random, and then we can go ahead and do star and then rand.length and edit there. And then we can go ahead and actually create the command. So we can say client.onMessage, which I will just copy all of this again. And then we're also going to define some more things. So we're going to say const person tagged is equal to message.mentions.members.first. And then once you do that, we can go ahead and create an if statement for our command. So we're going to say if command is equal to kiss, then we can go ahead and delete that. And then we can go ahead and define args yet again, message.content.substring, and then prefix.length, .split, have a space in the middle. And then we can go ahead and, just to be safe, I do like restating things. inside of my code. So I'm just going to do that again, and we're going to create another if statement, and we're going to say if args1, and then we're going to say message.channel.send. We're going to say you are missing arguments. This would be basically if they did not ping somebody. And then we can say else. So then we're going to go ahead and create another embed. So we're going to say const embed is equal to new discord.message embed as before. And then we can go ahead and set the title to that, and then we can add message.author.tag plus, and then have another one of these, and then we can say plus has kissed, and then have a space, and then do another plus, person tagged.user.tag, and then we can go ahead and set the image to do kiss action. And remember to, since this is a function, remember to have the parentheses. And then we can go ahead and set the footer to requested by, and then we can say who the user is, so message.author.tag. And then we can set the color to 0x, and then copy again for what the hex code is. And then we can just go ahead and send this message to the channel, so message.channel.send embed. So then we're going to go ahead and update the bot. And as you can see, we do not have any errors. And when we go to our server and say kiss, we can say this, and it should say you are missing arguments. And as you can see, delete the message and said you are missing arguments. And then if we say $kiss and then I ping myself or the bot, then it shows that I kissed a bot, which is not great, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So besides that, basically all you have to do to do other commands based off this one, so you can always do a hug command, you can also do punch and kick and hit and all that. All you have to do is change the function name to whatever action you want, or you can just change the function to whatever name you want. Just make sure that you change it wherever you use it, and then you can just paste whatever GIFs or images that you want into right here, and then you're going to have to go ahead and change this to whatever you want it to say, so hug, kiss, or hit, or anything like that. And then you also will need to change this to whatever, punched, kick, and then you will also need to change right here where it says do kiss action, you're going to have to change that to whatever you defined up here. So that's going to do it for part 3 of my series on how to create your own Discord bot. If you guys enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and have a great day.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.